better run when you hear that. I said run when you hear that. Better run when you hear that. I said run when you hear that. Better run when you hear that. I said run when you hear that. I said better run. I said run when you hear that. Run when you hear that. Better run. I said run when you hear that. Run when you hear that. Run when you hear that. Run when you hear that.
Good evening, everybody. Bruce Foster, Jet Ski Republic. I'm not sure what happened there. Let me just try and see if I can get that working again. Give me a moment, and I'll try and get that sorted out. I think I've got an idea what's happened. Yeah, got it. Got it. Yeah. Let me try that again. Here we go. Try that one again. So there we go. Good evening, everybody. Bruce Foster here, Jet Ski Republic. My apologies for that little technical issue at the start. I did have it all set up ready to roll, and for some reason it decided to find a new window. How this works for me is when I tap into a particular video, it's usually online. When I open up the window, that's the window that should automatically open when I go to this scene. But it didn't happen there, so it was working half an hour ago, but for some reason it decided to find another window. But we're all good now. So anyway, that video there was obviously Jeff Lakeford from the SCX event a couple of weeks ago, but more of a slow-mo kind of video, so kind of give everybody an idea of what the free ride event's all about. So look forward to 2024 for that one, so keep an eye out for that one. Welcome everybody. I don't know what you've been up to. If you get a chance, we got echo. Okay, give me a second. Let me just try and resolve that. And thanks for that. Let me just take a look at that. I don't know how. Don't know how I've got that. Maybe it's. I've got my set, should be right. So, that's a tough one. And just out of curiosity, and what I'll do is I'll get you on. We've got Ant Koppenol on from JETLEDS, so I've got a little bit of a reverb in my headset, but I know that sometimes that doesn't always translate to people watching. And I don't know if you're the only person that's maybe got the echo. If you've got a source on somewhere else from Facebook, that may be the reason that's causing an echo. I'm not entirely sure. But let me get you on, and then we'll go from there, and we'll dial you in. Guys, if I can get a bit of feedback from anyone else who's tuning in, if you're getting a bit of an echo, let me know, please. I'd really appreciate that feedback. All right, so let's get you on, and we'll get chatting. Things are going slow. Beautiful. There we go. All right, here we go. All right, so for those of you that don't know, Ant, he runs JETLEDS in Underwood, in Brisbane, and we're going to get him on tonight. He's obviously one of our supporters. Peter, I would appreciate, Peter Cartwright, thanks for joining us. I'd appreciate if you could give me a bit of feedback on whether there is an echo with the volume or not. So Ant, I'm calling you, mate. I'm just waiting on you answering. So fingers crossed. Here we go.
Hey.
Ant, how are you doing, mate?
I'm doing good.
Good. Thanks for joining us, or joining me. My question to you is, are you definitely getting an echo? Or
Yeah, I was getting an echo on Facebook. So I haven't, I just logged out. I just thought I'd log back in. Anyway.
Because the settings I've got should work fine. But I don't know what the issue is. So it's the same settings I've had every week. But you're the only one. You're the only person that said there's an echo.
Maybe it's my end. That's all right.
Oh, Peter says there's still a bit of an echo as well. Ooh, let me see. I don't understand how that's happening.
Yeah, there's a tiny bit there. Yeah.
All right, so
That's all right.
is that any worse? Is that any worse at all, or any better?
I think that's a little bit better. Yeah, that's heaps better.
Is that better? Right, okay, let's run with that and we'll see where we go.
Yeah, that's heaps better.
All right, let's try it. I'm getting a bit of a reverb from you in the background. So you're on a phone call to me on your phone. And then I'm
Yeah.
hearing myself on your Facebook feed in the background. Yes.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. No,
All right.
we're off now.
Yeah.
We're
All
good.
right. Cool. So thanks for joining us. Thanks, Peter, for that, and thanks, Ant. Thanks for joining us. I'd care to, like, for people that are tuning in, there's not a lot tuning in at the moment. Most people usually watch it back later on.
Yeah.
But the whole idea of tonight is obviously get support, people that are supporting what we do here, but from a wider community point of view, let people see what you as a business can offer to them. Now,
Yeah.
just a quick elaboration on what Jet LEDs is all about and what kind of services and that you offer.
Yeah. So basically, I mean, we started in 2012. I bought my first brand new ski back then. I wanted to go on the river at night, and I had always gone on the river. My old man's jet boats and boating and stuff like that, river fire, all that sort of thing.
Yep.
And we just went through the lights that you could get that were on the shelf, and nothing really looked good. Nothing suited well. So at the time I was doing car audio and security.
Yep.
And all custom sort of stereo designs and all that sort of thing.
Yep.
With perspex and lights and all that sort of thing. And one of my guys said, "Hey, why don't you just make your own?" So I thought, well, okay, I will. And yeah, and that basically birthed JETLEDS.
So what was the business before just doing car?
I was actually I was working for Autobahn.
All right. Okay. Yeah.
And had been for pretty much all my life, all my career. So 25 years doing that sort of thing. Plus auto electrics, all that sort of thing. So come 2012, I started the business, and on the side started doing lights and basic electrical stuff, and bilge pumps and doing all that sort of thing, set up. And then fast forward to 4.5 years ago, I bought a shop at Underwood. I'd actually given up my job doing car audio and security. Was doing fiber optics for a couple of the carriers, and it's good. It gave me the ability to work early in the morning and then play jet skis at night, and that's what I did. So the wife didn't like it much, but yeah. So
Now,
you're always playing with those bloody skis.
No,
So,
I know that from a community point of view, everybody looks at you and thinks it's all just jet ski stuff that you do. But I've seen some of your work on the cars and stuff like that, and
Yep.
like some of it's pretty mad.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, look, I mean, my background, my old man, he was engineer, plastic injection molding, tool and die making, fitter and turner. So I grew up with that stuff when I was, knee high to a grasshopper. If I could reach the lathe, I was destroying things or making things. So yeah.
I remember coming in to see you when I got my set of lights fitted. I can't remember when that was. I think it was about 2019. I think it was. And you brought out this little LED lighting with its own epoxy resin and all that kind of stuff, and wires and stuff. And you saying that you made it yourself and it was purposely made and all this kind of stuff. And I was like, man, this is another level. It's not like it's just been bought in from somewhere. You know what I mean?
No, exactly. And like I've got the very first light that I made back when in 2012. So this was the first one that I made. I pulled them off my original ski.
Wow.
I sat there and I would hand lay every single LED, and then wire them, and then we'd fill it up with epoxy. That lens was hand cut. On a router, I'd make a little jig, and it'd take me, I'd make, one set of these a night, and it was it was very labor intensive, and it it costs more than it costs more than I'd made.
Yeah, I know.
On the ride. So,
There would have been in the earlier days until you found a more efficient way of doing it. You were doing it for the love of
yeah,
it,
that's it.
not
That's it.
necessarily that. Yeah, yeah. I get
Yeah,
that.
and now now you fast forward, like that's a plastic injection molded. The circuit boards are all printed locally here at Slacks Creek and all put together. So that was that first design. Oh,
Yeah.
there we go. That was that first
Yeah.
design. That, and then obviously our universal light, which fits pretty much every jet ski on the market.
Yeah.
We've made it work.
Now, is that a standard light that you just change the colour on it?
Yeah, so I get the boards made with. So we went right through colour regs. So the colour temperature, the spectrum, the output, everything like that. So we went right through the marine laws, international marine laws, and designed the LEDs, the boards, everything to suit the rules and regulations.
Right.
Yeah. And then obviously the mounting comes into it hugely as well. So anyone can put lights on anywhere and be red and green, but the angles are a big thing, and that's where ours are pretty flexible.
Yeah,
very
that seems
much
to be
so.
the big one. 112 degrees, isn't it?
Yeah, 112 degrees.
Front to back, I'm pretty sure it's 112.
From front to back, and then you've got a 0 degree separation at the front, and then you've got actually rapidly diminishing light from that 112.
Yeah.
Reflected light's not involved in that.
Yeah.
That sort of thing. So
and then the big nav light on the back, the big beacon.
and then the big impaling light pole on the back. Yeah, we fought that pretty hard. We were working with Marine Safety Queensland actually when we did the police skis.
Yep.
Way back when, and their workplace health and safety said, it's a big no.
Really?
Like if you fall off, you can impale yourself. So we tried to do the old me caster, you caster. If the rule suits you guys, then it's got to suit us.
Yeah.
And we were running a little combination. So 180 degree rear, 180 degree front.
Yep.
And then they jumped on us and they got sneaky. They had a little clause in there that it was for commercial registered vehicles that they could do that, not privately registered. So,
okay.
Yeah. So we had to stick with the poles. And look, at the end of the day, we've made a bracket that if you do fall, it's going to bend out of the road and not stick you and bleed you.
I love where mine is because obviously it's a Kawasaki. It's on it's fastened onto the back latch at the back on the rear seat, and it just protrudes out just that little bit, but it's also protected by the handrail at the back as well.
Exactly.
So it goes in between the handle. So I like that. It's good. And then you just take the damn thing out and unplug it, and then
that's it. And that's a lot of our design sort of cues. A lot of people don't want to drill holes in their skis. They want to be minimal intrusive as possible.
I remember when you offered it. You said to me, "Oh, we can do the ones in the hull, and we can do all the in-water lights in the hull and stuff like that." And I'm immediately thinking, no, I don't want somebody drilling my hull. I don't want somebody drilling the hull. And that's what that's just ringing in my head. And I thought, no, I'll just stick with the standard lights, and that'll do me. So you've done a great job. I love it. I absolutely love it. Don't get out on the night rides enough though. That's the problem.
No, I'm the same. I haven't been out on a ride at night for a while actually.
It's got to be one coming
when my
up
son. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, I'll be there. Actually my son and I, when he's graduating high school now, but when he was in primary school, I'd pick him up every Friday and we'd go for a run down the Brizzy River, and Mum would pack us a little pack lunch with a sneaky Coke and some chips in there and watch the sunset. So it's good. It's awesome fun.
That's good. So what's your interest in jet skiing then? Is it does it go back quite a bit, or
I grew up obviously with my old man with the engineering side of things. He raced cars, so we're either racing cars at Lakeside or Surface Paradise Raceway back way back when, or we were out in the boat. So always loved the water. Always out on the water, and it came time we'd finish renos on the house and working my butt off. And 2012, I said to the missus, "I'm buying a ski." So she was like, "Oh, okay, all right." So got into jet skis, and
Nice one. So is predominantly most of your business is what, jet skis, or are you still doing cars and stuff as well?
Look, we still do cars. So over COVID, obviously everything went crazy. We were busy so I dropped all my external contracting or work or anything like that.
Yep.
And solely focused on the business. So have been since 2020. I've been here full time. Pretty much on my own. I had a
you look like you're living there, mate. It's 20 past 7.
Yeah.
I hope you live local.
I do. I'm only about 10 minutes away, so which is good. No, I'm just finishing off some powder coating. Some jet ski fishing gear. So
I was going to come to that.
Yep.
Now, you do a lot of bespoke parts and pieces and manufacture odd bits and pieces for specific skis at request.
Yes. Definitely.
How easy do you find them? You find them a bit of a challenge sometimes, or is that all part of the fun of it all?
That's all a part of it. I love it. Like, if somebody comes to me and has something that they want to make, I'll make it. If I can't, I've got CNC guys. I've got a bunch of mates behind me that we'll nut it out and work it out. So
that's good.
It's definitely fun. So I mean, now to the point where I've got obviously I weld in house, aluminium, stainless steel, titanium, whatever needs to be done.
And that's obviously purely because of the demand for bespoke pieces and stuff like that.
Absolutely, yeah. It got to the point where, like relying on other people to do things and weld and make things happen was hard. I've now got a reputable laser cutter, so it's things that I'm reproducing now, which is really good. So stuff's getting laser cut, all my brackets, camera mounts, all that sort of thing is really cool.
Okay.
And then I was having trouble with powder coaters, taking forever. So now I powder coat in house as well. So everything, it's
you're in a bad area though. Where you're located, there's a lot of businesses that are in that kind of field.
Exactly.
But I guess everybody wants to use them.
That's it. There's a lot of places around, like in the Underwood area that you've got manufacturing, you've got powder coaters, you've got there's a lot of places here. It's a sort of a mecca for the area, which is pretty cool.
It certainly is.
Yeah.
And you're just around the corner from Geordie at Shoreline and that as well. So
exactly. Geordie and Patrick down at Shoreline. We're only around the corner, which is good. So any skis that they want done, or we supply them with all our lights and stuff like that.
There was a video done not that long ago with, I can't remember who it was that did it with you, and you were working away on doing a fishing setup on a ski, which I actually saw in the showroom when I went in to see Geordie about something.
That'd be Maddie from Vision Home Jet Ski Adventures.
Yes, I think it was.
With Wall.
He started with Geordie. Geordie talked him through it, and then it flashed to you, and then you talked through it as well. So, man, that was some setup you had on that. So,
it started with Maddie's. Obviously, we did a lot of R&D with Maddie's ski, setting everything up, and he's sort of been my test mule, which is pretty good. The crash test dummy for bits and pieces, and he's good at breaking bits. So we've had to engineer around his passion fingers, I suppose you could say. But no, it's really good. He's been excellent. Like any idea that he comes up with, like we just actually he picked his ski up this afternoon. We just did a crab pot holder for him, so he goes out with these massive big 900 crab pots, and he'd lost 3 of them.
Would he not be better just buying a fishing trawler?
Well, so everyone sort of thinks that, yeah.
He's going to be loaded up that much. He's going.
exactly. So you know, and it's funny. Like some days he'll go out crabbing, or he goes out fishing, or he's trawling, or you know, stuff like that. So he's got multiple setups. He's got, you know, 3 or 4 different setups depending on what he's doing.
So Matty, if you happen to be watching this, get in touch with me because I'd love to get you on, and we can talk about fishing off the jet ski. That would be one show I'd love to do. Just to, you know, it's all part of the community. So that would be fantastic, Matty, if you can get in touch with me. I'll actually maybe hit you up, Ant, for his number, and we'll give him a buzz.
Definitely.
So we'll do that off air. So given the nature of, you know, fishing on jet ski and becoming so big now, is that starting to take over quite a bit of your business as well?
Yeah, definitely. The fishing side of things has definitely stepped up crazy. I've now got my brother with me full time. So he left his job and he's now working with me. So which is really good. So he's doing a lot of the electrical side, which is good. So I can sit there and create all the fishing stuff. So you're like
the little mad wizard of jet LEDs. You come up with all the good.
That's it. I got a head full of ideas that I need to knock out. So no, we've got got a bunch of stuff going out to the States actually next couple of days. So yeah, the guys in US have been they've been buying stuff crazy. Dollar's doing really well.
Are you starting to see more from overseas?
Yeah, so the business chases summer. So everything's summer based. So when people are on skis, they want stuff. So when it's hot here, we're crazy busy. And then as obviously US and Europe thaw out, we're chasing, you know, they're chasing me or whatnot. So yeah.
But it's summer here all the time.
I know. Look, it slows down a little bit here. You know, you get these people that don't, you know, it's too cold.
My only do you do any fishing off your jet ski as well? Do you do any of it yourself?
No, I'm not a big fisher. No.
I'm not a fisher, but even just for me, the thought of doing it, I've got this fear in my head that I'm going to end up with the bloody fishing line wrapped around my prop. For some reason, I don't know what it is. It's just that.
I thought one day a mate of mine, we regularly go out skiing together. We're at 1770. Yeah, 1770.
Yeah.
Yep. And he's like, all right, well, you know, we'll bring our skis up there, and we tow the skis up there, and he had a fishing box on the back, and I had an esky on the back, and we thought, oh, we'll go fishing, and we sat there for about 3 or 4 hours. Feeding them bait, nothing took, nothing gained, nothing. We were throwing spanners and lures into bait balls and got nothing.
Let's talk fishing for a minute, right? Okay, so I worked up in Papua New Guinea for a while, and they do it the basic way. No fishing rods. Fishing rod, what's that? You know, it's just a line, basically just a line.
Yep.
Throw it out. You know, I was there for about 2 hours. Constantly trying to bring something in. Not one thing took a bite. One of the local lads that I worked with, he rocks up, he puts his line in. Within 2 seconds, he had something on it. I'm like, I just chucked his stuff and went, no, yes, I'm out of here.
Yeah. That's it. Yeah. It was pretty much. It was about 2 or 3 hours later, and my mate had lost like $100 worth of lures, and he was like, "Stuff this." It's through the jet ski fishing gear on the bank, and we just decided to cruise around the bay. So.
For me, unfortunately, the investment for a PWC fishing setup is it's just not worth it. You know, it would no. No doubt it would look good, but it wouldn't be economical for me.
No.
I certainly wouldn't be able to feed my family with it. That's for sure.
That's it.
So. Well, what other kind of stuff do you do then? What other sort of services do you offer as well as the lights and fishing setups?
Yeah, like obviously the lights, the fishing stuff, scheduled servicing, props, wearings, carbon, the dreaded carbon seals. The old Sea-Doo carbon seal. Look,
Oh, hey,
They're
come
not
on. We don't call out brands now, Ant. We don't call out brands. So.
No,
Hey, listen.
Look,
If the cap fits, though.
yeah. Well, look, that's it. And look, I'll be honest with you. I've just pulled because I did something silly, but anyway, I just pulled my carbon steel out of my ski, and it was 330 hours old, and it was still good.
Wow, well done.
So, yeah. So
I guess
it's
there's definitely a bit of luck, I think, to it as well. And
yeah, look, it's. I believe it's big time user error. But yeah, we won't harp on that one.
I put mine in to get looked at, and it was for something completely different, something else. I can't remember what it was. It wouldn't start, I think it was, and I just sent it up to Jamie's on the north side and got him to have a look at it. And I got the dreaded phone call. You know, oh, your seal's gone. You're gonna need to get it looked at, all this kind of stuff. And he said if you don't get it changed, you're gonna. No, he says your seal, it's on its way out. He said. I was like, oh right, But I was kind of a bit dismissive about it. And he says to me, he says, you maybe better get it fixed. And I said, how is it really important?
Is it really important?
I meant, is it really that important it needs to be fixed, was what I meant.
Yeah.
And he says, mate, if you don't get that fixed, you're going to end up on the bottom of the bay. You know, you'll be sitting on the bottom of the bay wondering what happened, you know. And I'm like, oh, right, okay, yeah, I suppose it better. And it was, yeah, it was that and a couple of other things. It was a bit costly, but it had to be done. But anyway,
yeah, that's it. Yeah, and look, sometimes, and that's the thing. It's all about preventative maintenance. Like if you look after
I'm terrible.
you ride it regularly.
I'm terrible. Like I do all the basic things. I cover all the basic things, flush it out regularly, all that kind of stuff. You know, I'm not technically minded though when it comes to an engine. That's my problem, and I fail to understand it sometimes, and I really should, but I don't put the effort in. Like as far as car maintenance is concerned, I'll know how to change the plugs, wheels, all that kind of stuff, all the basic stuff. But if anything goes wrong mechanically, I'm like, I'm not even going to try and tackle it, you know. Like I had one guy look at it. He serviced my ski. It was one of the first services I had, and I put it to somebody local to get it serviced. And I was over I don't know how I got over there, but I got over to Morton Island, right? And then I started it up, and it suddenly started to start. It wasn't firing right. I think, what the fuck? What the heck's going on here? So I pulled the seat off, and I'm having a look, and there was nothing really wrong that I could see, initially. So I phoned him up, and he says to me, I said to him, it's splitting a little bit. I says, I'm not sure what's going on. And he says, oh, hang on a minute. Could you check all the plugs? And here I lifted the seat off, and one of the plugs wasn't even connected properly. He just lay it in there. He just lay it in there. But he obviously never pushed it right in, but it must have been just enough to get me started and over to the island, and then it come loose. I'm thinking, and I never even noticed it. So,
at least it was something simple. Yeah.
But that's how bad I am. So I really should know a hell of a lot more. But I'll leave that to you guys. I'll leave that to the people that
that's it. That's it.
So they do the job.
Yeah, no. So we're doing that general maintenance, servicing, even to the head gaskets.
Yep.
Head repairs, engine rebuilds. Actually, that ski that's behind me, that one there. The Sea-Doo. It had a failed intercooler and sat on a dock for a little while. It had a semi-seized motor, so I was
going to wait to say the engine seized. When you said it sat on the dock for a while, I was like, oh.
Sat on the dock for a little while, and he put a new battery in it, and he goes, oh, it's not starting, and I'm like, I know why.
I wonder why.
So,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But you're getting back out in the water soon, yeah?
Yeah. That one's it's all good actually. He's just got to go. He's got to get his trailer and pick it up. So
when's he get it back? Happy days? Is he happy, man?
Yeah, he should be a happy day. So yeah. He's bringing his other one up. He's got 3 on the dock. So
they're not all the same, are they?
They're all the same.
They're all
Sea-Doos. No. They're just the one. just the one, but the others are coming up for services. So
Oh my God!
yeah,
I thought you were going to say
yeah.
they're all seized up. I'm
No,
like, oh God.
no, just the one. So yeah, no, his other one's just it's due for its 50 hour. Its next service, and yeah. So
Okay, so okay, let's get to some nuts and bolts as far as basics is concerned. From a servicing point of view, what for people that are watching, what would a service cost start from?
so it's basic service 350.
Yep.
So that's obviously we do oil filter. We go through everything. Obviously make sure everything's happy. You don't need to do plugs every 50. We'll inspect them and grease all the coils and stuff like that. If it needs a set of plugs, another 35, 40 bucks, something like that. So depending on the ski, if it's a Yamaha, it's a little bit more. There's one more plug, 3-cylinder versus 4. So a little bit more, all stuff there.
And then okay, and what? Sorry.
And we use OEM filters, OEM oil, that sort of thing. So keep all the dealers and the warranties happy if you've got warranty on the skis. So,
okay, cool. And then for anyone who's looking to upgrade on a set of nav lights to do night rides, what would that setup normally set you back from?
So we can supply a kit if you're handy and you know how to wire. We can supply kits from 500 to 25 bucks. Right. So that gives you your port and starboard, a stainless steel sealed switch, wiring harness, your pole.
Yep.
And then obviously if you want to know
do you obviously find out you'll obviously identify the model or the brand?
Absolutely,
and then you provide the kit that suits that. Yeah.
Correct. Yeah, correct. So if they've got a new Sea-Doo, it'll be obviously we mount the pole in the towables cover. Nice easy spot. If they want to pull it out, it pulls out. It's got a plug on it.
Yep.
If it's a Yamaha, we have a stainless steel no-hole bracket like you've got on your ski.
Yep.
And Kawasaki again. So
Have you done any new ones? Any new Kawasaki's? Is the setup any different?
No, the setup's pretty all the same. Right. We did on our Instagram page. We did one a little while ago with a sounder on the mirror. So where the mirror swings out, we had the mirror, the 9-inch sounder mounted to that. I think 9-inch or 7-inch. So yeah, that was pretty good. Obviously with our lights and all that.
Nice one.
That fitted up. So
right, cool.
Cool. Quite a cool ski. My brother was cursing his brains out because of the little fiberglass hairs that are inside those holes. Oh yeah, if he'd put his hand in and he'd pull his hand out, and there'd be 4 or 5 fiberglass splinters. But yeah. So like the earlier Sea-Doos that aren't these molded formed holes anymore.
I haven't. I've seen the new one out on the water, but I've never had the opportunity to have a good close-up look at it. So I keep threatening Jamie to go up and have a look, but
no, they look the business. So I mean, this one was the top of the line one. It had the reverse camera and all.
Well, the non-aspirated 160 seems to have that as well. It's got the rear camera on the back of it as well. So,
it's got
the same reverse system as well. So be interesting to see how that's one I'm maybe interested in. So it's either that or the 170, the GTX 170 or the GTI, or probably the GTX. Most likely.
Yeah, the GTX. Yeah. Look,
because I don't need a supercharged. I really don't need one. So, I'll make do with what I have at the moment. But I just cruise. Yeah. It's not like I'm speeding around and racing around anywhere. So.
Yeah, exactly. I suppose it just depends on people ring me up and or in the customers, and they're like, oh, what ski should I buy? And it's a case of if you're going to ride with a bunch of supercharged skis, then maybe a supercharged one is the better one to go for. But look, at the end of the day, it comes down to the old Ford, Holden, Nissan thing, doesn't it? Like all the brands are good. All the brands have their failures.
They've got their pros and cons. People either prefer them or they don't prefer them. There's plenty of riders out there that have ridden basically all the brands. So
Yeah.
They don't differentiate. They don't discriminate between.
No, exactly.
Couple of Mike, the Andersons, Bell and Mike. Bell, I don't know if you're being funny here or whether this is a legitimate problem. Bell Anderson's claiming she's got a problem. She says, I can't use my plug-in pole for the back with her multi-cargo deck on. Can you come up with an option?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay. She says it's a serious problem, so
It is.
Bell.
Yeah, that's it.
Bell, get yourself in to see
Yeah, that's it. No, well, actually, I think their skis are at Shoreline at the moment.
I think she picked them up. I think she
picked them up already
the other day, picking them up.
Oh, okay. Yeah, she might have picked them up. So I'll get Shrek to bring them up, and we'll get it sorted.
One of them actually looked like the Apex, but I might be wrong.
Oh,
yeah.
Yes. He did get sneaky.
Oh, Bell's saying yes, they've been picked up, but Mike's saying nah, they're still there. I think. They're still there, Bell. Bell's saying they're still there.
Are they still there?
Yeah. So.
Bonus, yeah. Oh, that's all right. We can sort them out. So.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
All right. And Mike's also said, I know that bloke, meaning you. He did my lights. They are effing awesome, he says.
Awesome. Thank you.
There you go.
We're please.
So they'll probably be in to see you then and get you fixed up with with some options on that. So there you go, Bell. Get in there, definitely. Mike.
We ran into the same issue with the fishing guys with their esky on the back. They wanted to put that big 90 litre esky on the back, which covered the port. So we had to do a little sneaky harness and a bracket with a pole mount for that on their fishing esky. So yeah.
A lot of people don't think about these things. Like I know during COVID, people just immediately put, strap the eskies on the back because you could go out and fish for your family. Fish food for your family to feed your family. And that was the only way. And people were strapping them on and just putting in some.
Oh, it was funny.
Some old fishing skis so they could just get out on the water.
That's it. Slap on the esky with a couple of bungee cords and a hot pink reel on the side of the thing. Yeah.
And then they're all complaining because certain things are happening to their skis. It's like, well, you're blocking the holes or whatever, So
yeah.
Bell's just said the best thing ever was COVID fishing.
Absolutely. Yeah. We were thinking, we're going to hunker down for the winter and see how it goes, and I couldn't keep up. It was ridiculous. Yeah, it was awesome.
Like with the no contact rules, were people still able to drop their skis off to you, or was?
Yeah, look, we offered no contact, so if they wanted to, they could. Some people were, some people weren't. You'd just get them to drop it, and we'd take it off, and we'd service it, and we'd give a free wash at the end. Basically, look, I would expect, my ski to be looked after if I took it to a dealership.
Definitely.
We were doing the guy I had working for me. He loved cleaning cars and stuff like that. So he'd be out there with a gurney and give it a clean and a chamois, and it was really good. And then they'd turn up, and obviously you can do you do the old FPOS machine through the window and beep, and here's your receipt. See you later. So yeah,
you feel like you were in Macca's or something like that when you were like that.
Yeah, that's it. Drive through servicing. Yeah. Yeah, no.
Any plans for the future as far as the business is concerned, or are you just taking each day as it comes?
Probably just more fine tuning. Obviously, get some. We've got a few more products, obviously, that we're doing, and just sort of set up like. The biggest thing was stock, like trying to keep stock on the shelf, which was crazy.
Yep.
That was hard. But we're getting there now, which is good. I can focus on that. I've got a helping hand in the shop now, which is good.
I think one of the things, and you'll probably be aware of this, is that with the day now that people are buying cameras, like they're buying Insta360s and the X3s and the GoPros and stuff like that, they're always looking for a different kind of mount.
Yes.
So it's always something that's going to keep you challenged and keep you going.
Yeah,
Are you
yeah.
finding it?
Like, obviously, we've got the ST3 mounts all sorted that go in the nose. We've got RXPs, all those mounts that'll go on the front of the new RXPs. I'm working on a pole mount because I've got there it is there. Yeah, one of the big crazy poles that's 3 meters long
Is that
or
the
something like
3 meter
that.
one?
Yeah, it's a 3 meter one. Yeah, it's quite funny when you pull it out and people think it's there's something. The footage looks like a drone following you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah,
I've noticed that with some of the boys that have got the Insta 360X3.
Yes. Yep.
I've noticed that with them. That's a DJI, isn't it? The DJI Action.
No, that's the 361R. So that's the Insta as well.
Oh, that's right. So it is. Yeah. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So that's So I'm looking at obviously doing a mount that holds the pole more sturdy instead of like that's just you've got your
it's a bit
blades
when you've got a 3 meter pole and it's a bit fragile, isn't it?
Yeah, very much so. Yeah, you don't want to throw $700 in the river. So it's a bit scary.
Although when I was live streaming the SEX event a couple of weeks ago, the drone pilot had his GoPro inserted inside the fitting for the drone, and he actually caught one of the jumpers coming out of the water as he come up.
Oh no!
The drone just purely by chance. It's just really unlucky. As he come flying through, the guy come up on the ski and just hit the water, and he just caught it just slightly, but it was enough to just send it right in the water. Couldn't find it on the Saturday, and then I turned up on a Sunday morning, and I was speaking away to someone, and they said, "Oh, what's that there?" And I looked, I went, I can't believe it. It was right in front of me.
Oh, the GoPro floating.
His drone was flown by. He said
his drone was floating, yeah.
His drone was up on the beach.
Oh, no.
So he said to me when I texted him and told him, I said, Steve, you're not going to believe what's turned up. I says, your drone's showing up. And he said to me on the Saturday, he says, I'm not so worried about the drone. He says, it's the GoPro. He says, but the footage. Because he's recorded all the footage on the SD card and he couldn't find
that's it. Yeah.
So,
I think there's one of those online with one of those DJI Inspires getting hit by a jumper. I think it is. Those $7,500 drones. Yeah.
That's probably it might be Steve's footage. I'm not entirely sure, but he got it back. He's got all the footage and his camera still works. So. He said, Excellent. As far as the drone's concerned, I don't have a problem with that. He says, I'll just rebuild another one. So, But he was more happy about getting his GoPro back with his SD card. But he did say to me he has about 1 hour's worth of underwater footage. So he said he might be able to use that footage and make another version of Finding Nemo.
Funny. That's it. Yeah. I lost. I remember the very first time. It was a shocker. I took my wife out while watching.
Yeah.
And we went out through around Stratty, and it was a beautiful winter's morning, no wind. Got about halfway up, and it blew up 25 knots. And we got smashed.
Nothing new there. Comes unexpectedly sometimes. New.
Yeah, that's it. And I lost my camera, and she fell off, and I got knocked off, and it was a nightmare. She hasn't been on the ski.
I know there's some people in a few years ago. Like I don't think there's so many people doing it now, but I know there was a few people doing it maybe 2 or 3 years ago when they were going out using their cameras. They would actually tether it. To a permanent fixture, so that if it did break off or pop off or for whatever reason, it didn't fall in the water. It just kind of hang there. You were able to still retrieve it. So I don't think many people do that now. But I guess the question there is how robust and sturdy are a lot of the fittings, with the exception of the one for the 3 meter stick. How good? I'm assuming all your other close.
Yeah, well, I mean, everything that we make is all 3 mil stainless steel. So it's you break you'd break the ski before you break the bracket.
Right.
So,
So there's nothing really, as far as, is it screwed and bolted down onto the bracket, your camera kind of thing?
Yeah,
and the only thing
depending on the mount.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So depending on the mount, like the ST3 mounts that we've done, they're bolted. The Yamaha nose style mount that we've played with, they're screwed in as well, with a little bit of adhesive as well. So the rail blaze mount itself, a lot of the time,
I'm hearing a lot of good things about the rail blaze.
Yeah, very, very much so. Look, I mean, they've got a heap of accessories, which is good. So not only are they holding cameras, but they've got rod holders and they've got different attachments that you can put in there, which is awesome.
Chop and change them, which is pretty good. Yeah, pretty
yeah, exactly. Very universal. And then they've got telescopic poles that you can put your standard GoPros and Instas and action cameras on there. So yeah,
that's good.
Yep.
That's good.
Yeah.
All right, mate. Thanks for coming on. I'm pretty chuffed to got you on.
Thank you.
And my apologies in person, by the way, to, what was it, about 4 weeks ago when I had to call.
Yeah, 3 or 4
call
weeks
you
ago,
off
yeah.
at the last minute. I was
That's all right.
I had an
I was sitting here and I'm like ready to go, and I was like, that's all right. So,
I had an absolutely crap day, like seriously bad day, and it just went from worse to worse. And by the time I got home, I was completely done. And I just went, nah. Even my son said to me, Dad, you'd better off just going to your bed. And I literally almost did just go straight to my bed.
You just want to hit the reset button on that one.
I had to do that. I was in no fit mood to come and do something like this.
No.
Like I had young people, because I'm working with young people, they sometimes fry your brain. You know what I mean? It's
absolutely.
And it's just, I had enough. But no, great that you were able to accommodate me for getting you back on again. So I'm pretty happy about that. Before I let you go, Ant, I always let our guests have a shout out to anybody and everyone. So anybody you want to shout out before you go?
I just look all the continued support that everyone gives us. All my customers, everyone that's out there supporting me and the business, which is awesome. So, I mean that was the big thing that I started it for. Like I love the sport, love the industry. It's not a job to me. That's the one thing that they say. If you love doing what you do, you'll never work a day in your life.
Exactly.
So,
exactly.
And that's it. So no, I love it. No, thanks to the customers and support. And
for anybody that happens to watch this, if you have an idea in your head of something you would want fabricated or made that would fit your ski for a purpose, and you're struggling with that,
absolutely
hook up with Ant. Give him a buzz. Get in touch with him. JETLEDs on Facebook. You're on Instagram, but mainly Facebook, isn't it?
Yeah. Mainly. A lot of the stuff is Instagram. So I sort of post on Instagram and it posts on Facebook automatically.
Yeah.
Instagram.com/JETLEDS, I think it is. Yeah. So it's everything's JETLEDS. So
all the details are on the socials, on Instagram and Facebook.
That's it. Excellent.
All right, Ant. Well, thanks, mate. All the best.
Thank you very much.
All right. Well, I'll need to pop in and see you at some point just to get a heads up
pop on in.
What you're getting up to. So take care, mate.
Absolutely.
Hopefully see you on the
Always
water
welcome.
soon. All right. Take care.
All right.
Thank you.
Catch you later.
Cheers.
See ya.
There we go. Ant Koppenol, JETLEDs, member, night lights, tuning, servicing, brackets for your camera, action cameras, all that kind of stuff. Go in and see him. He'll fix you up. Like I said there, if you have an idea for something, you're struggling to get it made, he'll help make it happen for you. So he's definitely the man to speak to. Okay, so we'll move on a little bit. So that was good. I enjoyed that one. These are the kind of people I want to get on. I want to get local business people on. Mike, Bell, as a shout out from Ant. You've not got one from Ant. I don't think he's seen your message, unfortunately. But I'll give you a shout out to Bell and Mike, a.k.a. Shrek. Go you two. I hope you're racing at the weekend. Oh, here we go. We'll move on. Let's go to our roundup. and it's gone AWOL again. So let me just refresh the page. It's the wrong one. And it's still the wrong one. And it's still got that. Wait a minute, what's going on? Right, give me that one. I think I know what's happened here. Hang on. There we go. Now I've found it. Alright, so we're going to do the roundup here. Obviously, this coming weekend, we've got QPWC's round 2 is coming up. Now, if you haven't entered and you're still thinking about entering, please, you have until midnight tonight to do it through the online portal. Go to the page here on Facebook. We'll take you to the links, okay? If you're struggling to find the Facebook page, go to www.qpwc.org.au and then you'll find the links in there. You have until midnight tonight, okay? If you're any later, the page won't exist, okay? You will not be able to log in and register, okay? So you have to get it done tonight, all right? Sunday, this coming Sunday, Atkinson's Dam. Now, if it's going to be anything like the first round, it was a lovely day. It was a fantastic day. People just wanting to race. A little bit of competition, which didn't do anybody any harm. Yeah, it was a great day. Women's races, we've got beginners races and stuff. If you're on a stand-up ski, contact Jamie. Contact Jamie at QPWC and ask what the situation is with stand-up skis. I'm not entirely sure if there are going to be any stand-up skis this coming weekend, but this is the last round before the state championships, which are at Atkinson's Dam in July. And so it's let me just get that date. Let me just double check that date. I think it's 20. Let me get that. 22nd and the 23rd of July. Okay, is the state championships at Atkinson's Dam. So this weekend's race is your last run out before the state championships the month after. Okay, so get your entries in. You've got until midnight tonight. All right. Now let's move on to our next one, and these are just a bit of housekeeping ones. So let's just let's flick through them. New South Wales. They're basically going through their processes of new committee. So they're still looking for people to nominate to get on the committee. They haven't set a date as far as I know. Let me just double check it. Yeah, there's no date set for their AGM, but they need to get a new committee in place as soon as you can. If you live down in the New South Wales area and you're interested in getting involved, put your name forward so that they can have races in the 23-24 race season. So it's up to you guys, okay? Make it happen. All right, so that's the New South Wales. Let's go Victoria. They're in the same situation. They've got they're looking for committee members as well. It's a little while. It's next month, but put yourself forward, nominate. If you want to get on the committee there and help out, if you're down Victoria way, go to the VJSBA page and note your interest. Okay, so let's go. There's the details. It's the 8th of July. That's not long. That's only, where are we at? 3 weeks, approximately. Just over 3 weeks, maybe. So it's not long until that happens. The quicker you can get yourself involved with that, the better. And you're helping Alex June out quite a lot as well, because they've got some good plans coming up, including the possibility of a free ride event down in Victoria, which will be fantastic if that comes off. So the more support you can give to all the associations, the better. Okay, all right, that's VJSBA. Quick shout out to our friends over in New Zealand, Jet Ski Racing New Zealand Inc. They've got their Winter Enduro Series coming up. There you go, 3 rounds, July 15th, August the 19th, October the 14th. You can see it there. If it's something you're interested in and you're here in Australia, you can start the wheels in motion now and contact them. Contact Dave Venel if you have to as well at Gunslinger Racing. There are people there that can help make things happen for you. Billy Cunningham recently did one of the rounds earlier this year over in New Zealand, and it was with help from people in New Zealand that got him a ski that he could race, and he did quite well there as well. So if you're interested and you want a wee trek over to New Zealand for some racing, give it a go. It's an enduro race, so give it a go. Give it a go. Get in touch with the right people, but make the things happen now. Don't leave it to the last minute. Otherwise, you can't. It won't happen. All right. So finally, a couple of things here. Now, hang on a second. Let me just move this page a little bit. All right. So, Jake Braun has got a fundraiser coming up. See Do Jake Christmas in July fundraiser. As you can see there, Harrigan's Irish Pub at Calypso Bay, which is near Jacob's Well, raising money for leukemia research, and there's a few things on the go there about his hair, his beard, all that kind of stuff. No waxing. I'm actually quite disappointed there's no waxing. The pain's worth it, mate. Jake, if you're watching, the pain is worth it. If you're raising money for charity, because it's all for a good cause, remember. But it would be funny if that was happening. But there's a link there as well. This is an actual events page, so you can go to this page. If you can't get to it, you can't be involved in it for whatever reason, there is a link there where you can donate money, and hopefully they can raise a ton of money for leukemia research. So pop over to the jet ski to the Sea-Doo Jake Christmas in July event, and let's hopefully try and raise as much money as possible. All right. Now I think that's... I've got one... Oh, Jake. I'm just going to stop for a second. Mike Anderson has laid the gauntlet down for you. He's laid the challenge down. He's thrown it out there that he'll wax it all for the right dollar for charity. Now, Mike, let's get this correct here. So, are we talking about you doing this waxed while Jake gets his cut? Is that what we're talking about here? If you can give us a thumbs up or a yes, then let's make it happen. Let's see what happens. Let's see if we can add this into this event, and we'll see where we go. Come on, Mike, I need an answer from you. Bell, could you answer on his behalf? So is that a yes? Are you waxing yourself? Not Jake. You're waxing your hair. While Jake gets his cut. I'm waiting on a response. We'll wait and see. All right. Now, this last little thing finally here, I hope you can all read this. It's been brought to my attention, and I believe it's been brought to a couple of other people's attention. There was another post being put up by Jake Braun in relation to this as well. It involves riding our jet skis around the waters. It's not just like this particular incident happened over in Peel Island. Okay, so we're responsible for our own community. All right, we want to represent that community positively. We don't want to be seen to be the hoons, the idiots of the war. And unfortunately, some people do that for us. So it's up to us to call it out. It's up for us to help police that and make it all better for everyone else, as well as our community. So the point I'm trying to raise here is, please refresh yourselves with the distance off of other vessels and marine animals and the beaches and stuff like that. Be familiar with it. Be courteous to other people and other users of the water. Okay, there's footage flying around and some points being raised and complaints being raised about us PWC riders doing some silly things. Okay, getting too close to other boats, doing donuts around paddle boarders, which I don't understand why you would even want to do that. Hey, let's do it for a laugh. Yeah, but what about the person on the paddle board, and how does it look to other people that are watching that? Makes us look bad. Okay, simple. So if you're at Peel Island regularly, make yourself aware of it. This doesn't apply to Peel Island. It's everywhere. Okay, everywhere we go, where there's crowds of people, where there's groups, boats, other users. It's up to us, okay, as a community to do the right thing, okay? And as I said in my post there, it's not rocket science. Reacquaint yourselves with the rules if you're not sure, all right? If you have to, write them down somewhere, especially just now. Like, at the moment, we've got people that are riding around, going whale watching, dolphins coming up close. I know it's difficult when dolphins get close to you, dugongs, all that kind of stuff. They come a bit too close for you. Ideally, if they're that close, you're meant to cut your engine. Okay, so remember that. I've seen some footage where people are still riding their skis when dolphins and dugongs and that are like literally right next to you. So please, if they're that close, cut your engine. All right, cut your engine completely. But ideally, you should be, if there's a sufficient space and you're comfortable enough around it, and it's not a potential danger to the marine life, 6 knots. That's it. Okay, no more, no less. All right, well, you could go less. Okay, but you shouldn't be going any more than 6. If it becomes aware that you're going to be a potential danger, they're getting too close, cut the engine. Okay, simple as that. All right. Let's not be lunatics out there. Let's do the right thing. Okay. Now, I had someone message me earlier on after I posted this and said, but what about the boat users and that are doing all that kind of stuff as well? Well, again, it's up to us. If we're being reported for doing silly things, then it's up to us to report other users for doing silly things, okay? So that way we keep each other honest. Yeah? I hope that all makes sense to everybody. Okay, so let's move up and we'll wrap things up now. So what we're going to do here is I've got one video here. One of the things I want to do is I want to call out to everyone that if you're making a video or kind of like, I know everybody makes short videos now, but what I'm ideally looking for is to share video clips that last about 2 minutes or 3 minutes or whatever, you know. I'm happy to share them. I use them as my intro, you know, as my opening video. I use them as my closing video. So I'm pulling back into the archives a little bit here. I've gone into YouTube. I've gone to HD Screener X and the JSCS crew over in Stavanger in Norway. This is one from last year that I pull up. I don't believe I've played it. I don't recall playing it. I think it's a fresh one. So it gives you, especially now with everyone using these 360 cameras. This is a great example of 360 camera. And if you look at their YouTube page, you'll see footage that goes back over a number of couple of years. You know, when the Insta cameras and the 360 cameras weren't the rage, but they were producing outrageous videos that looked phenomenal. Okay, so I'm going to leave you with this one from the Jet Ski Stavanger group and the boys over in Norway. Look them up on YouTube. And I think their Facebook page is still active. I'm not entirely sure. I haven't seen much footage from them lately, but look them up anyway. They've got some good videos. Some are long ones though. That's why I can't share them, because they're like 9-10 minutes and I can't share them that long. So listen, until next week. Oh wait, sorry, there's a thing. Next week I don't have the show on. There will be no show next week. State of Origin. Let's go the Maroons. All right. State of Origin next week. I've also got a work commitment as well, so I'm only going to get home from my work just before State of Origin kicks off. So let's go Queensland and let's finish the job until 2 weeks' time. All right, 2 weeks' time. I will catch up with you all again. Thank you for tuning in, and until then, stay safe, have fun, and be respectful to other people. Okay, be other users on the water. All right, thank you. Good night.